Now, here's a good news story. India has been without a case of polio for just over a year. That's a remarkable achievement for a country of 1.2 billion people, which used to be an epicenter of the disease, which can, of course, paralyse or even kill.
So what has led to India's success where others, like Pakistan and Nigeria, have failed? Our medical correspondent Fergus Walsh has been to Delhi to find out.
No child must be missed. In every slum, in every back street, the immunisation teams are at work, giving 2 drops of polio vaccine to children under 5. Polio has long since been wiped out in Britain. Now add to that India. The virus used to spread via open sewers and contaminated water. It means the disease now has a stronghold in just a few countries, including Pakistan, Afghanistan and Nigeria.
That's how easy it is to protect a child against polio. And if India can get rid of the virus, the question is, why can't every country?
Badly organised immunisation programmes which lack the political commitment shown here in India is partly why other countries have failed to stamp out the virus. India has long benefited from volunteer vaccinators from Britain, members of Rotary clubs. They've been raising money and the profile of polio for years.
When we started coming and bringing volunteers, we were talking about 500 and 700 victims a year. It's like a big plane crash every year, and if you thought that you'd prevented that every year, it's a fantastic achievement, and I'm looking forward to being redundant in this job.
Priyanka is one of several children at this school who suffered permanent paralysis from polio. She needed several operations before learning to walk with the help of calipers. Her wish is that no other child should get polio and for the disease to disappear forever. Fergus Walsh, BBC News, Delhi.
And here's a man who's determined to see polio eradicated, Ray Burman, who's the president of Rotary International in Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Good morning. Thanks very much for coming in, Ray. And we saw some Rotarians in that report. How much have they raised?
Well, overall we've raised over $1 billion worldwide to eliminate this. We've immunised getting on for 2 billion children.
Gosh.
And frankly, we're this close to finishing. So we're going to get there. It's going to happen. No doubt about that.
Well, I was going to say, very good news from India. How long do you think it'll be before you can eradicate it in Pakistan and Nigeria?
Well, of course, we're up at the last bit is going to be the most difficult. But who would it, you know, only 2 years ago they were telling us it wouldn't happen in India, and it's happened. I mean, India's the model now for the rest of the remaining countries. We've got northern Nigeria, and of course that Pakistan-Afghanistan border. But we'll get it done.
Why has this been the cause to really get the Rotarians saving so much money, donating so much money to try to eradicate polio? Why polio?
Well, it actually started in the Philippines when one Rotary club decided to do this for their local community. And Rotary's all about the community. And then eventually, around about mid-80s, we, the Rotarians of the world, pledged we'd do it. Now, it's taken us getting on for 2.5 decades, but we're going to do it. And we'll remain focused on doing it.
It's been a big concern also for Bill Gates, of course, of Microsoft, and he's contributed to this campaign.
Hugely. I mean, you know, Bill and Melinda Gates have given us getting on for $400 million. We had to raise $200 million ourselves by the end of this June. In fact, we've already raised that. And he gave us another $50 million, amazingly. But it's just government. You know, what Rotary brings to it is they bring the focus, the leadership. You know, we keep people to their promises, and that's what we do.
Some people in this country will have been affected by polio because there was polio before it was eradicated in the UK, and it is a horrible disease.
It's a filthy disease, and, you know, my generation, I can remember swimming pools being closed, I can remember kids wearing calipers. You know, maybe younger people don't remember it, but it's just a plane ride away. You know, we live in a very interconnected world now, and polio is just a plane ride away, so we must get it done.
It's not just a question of raising the money, though. You get the money together, then you've got to get the vaccine treatment out there, and your members do that. I mean, how practical does it get?
Well, we don't, you know, we do it with the WHO, UNICEF, you know, the Campaign for Disease, Centre for Campaign Disease. But the reality is, you think 170 million children immunised in India. 170 million. That means all the time, about every 6 or 8 weeks, the Rotarians in India, their friends, their families, and we go out there to help them, support them, you know, give them some moral courage, and we get it done. You think they have to go into the slums, they have to go up country, on foot, and into very dangerous areas at times.
Is it simply then just that drop on the tongue which can eradicate polio forever?
Yeah, it sometimes needs to be more than just 2 drops because, you know, the children are dehydrated or may have disease. But it's as simple as that. Just 2 drops, life-saving. And anybody can support Rotary doing this.
All right. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
And all the very best.
Thank
for
you.
Getting rid of it elsewhere.
Thank you.